Hey there, let's go build something. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my little workshop. So today we're going to try and build something a little bit special using this log and this vase. Oh dear. Woodworkers will know too much sawdust makes your wife angry, and probably lumberjacks, it's the same with your fellas too, so let's clean up. So that's now prepared, the boards and the basic structure for holding the tank, so pretty pleased with that. Okay, so it's all nice and level, which is fantastic. The next stage will be adding some doors and windows to the trunk. Now we're just going to use a wooden mallet and a chisel and take out the recesses for the door and the windows. My father bought me this mallet and a set of chisels nearly 30 years ago. The chisels are long gone, but this mallet's one of my favourite things. Here we go. Now I've got some old pine softwood offcuts we're going to use to make some doors and windows using the bench drill. I just use a hole saw and I just put two blades in at the same time to create some wooden rings. This is our little door. We're going to put some slats like boards in it. That's the window frames done. Now we have a sheet of perspex. We're just going to cut some small window panes. We're going to add a little bit of wax just to antique them now. Just, they don't need protecting, they're indoors, but just gives them makes them look a little bit tarnished. And then we're ready to put together window, curtains, back of the frame. And we're ready to apply to the log. So for the lighting for the fish tank, which is going to go on the underside of this this board on the top, I bought this LED light ring from Amazon. It's about £7 delivered from China, came in 2 days. I'm not really sure how that works, but had to modify the design slightly with the use of this duct tape, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, back to it. We better start making the roof. Now, I've had quite a few of you guys asking me how we get the effect of these little roof tiles, so I'm going to quickly run through the basics with you and then we'll just crack on. So you can see we're trying to achieve this tiered effect of tiles. It's random and looking dishevelled and slightly distressed. We're using a piece of 6mm plyboard, hardwood ply, it's cheap enough. And the dimensions of this are really just dependent on your space, whatever space you've got. So you know, you can work on a whole sheet or just a piece, cut it down outside. And what we're trying to achieve is to make slices that are grooved with a 2.5mm groove inside, and then probably about 2 feet long, 60 centimeters. And then we can cut those down later on to whatever size we want when we're making the roofs. To make these grooves, I'm using a handheld circular saw, which I set the depth to 2.5mm. I then run the saw vertically up the grain of the ply, and I just cut random grooves in there. You can see they're all quite random. The idea is to make them look like a roof tiles probably used to look like, just a little bit random and all over. So I'm going to cut grooves along the grain, then afterwards I'm going to use my bandsaw to cut them into strips like this. You can also use hand tools to achieve this. Many of you will have a superior workshop to me by far, but some of you are just hobbyists and want to try and do these things at home. So you can cut these with a handsaw down and just use a tenon saw or something to achieve the grooves afterwards. Just do it in reverse order. But anyway, here we go. Going to sand them off and paint them later. So now we're making chimneys and chimney pots using these, and once we've done that we'll be on to some high-speed painting before construction of the roof completes. Okay, so we're going to pop on the roof tiles. We just cut them to length and then add a brad right in the top here onto the ply, and then we overlay the next one. I tend to stagger mine so they don't look too perfect. So I bought a little quartz clock online, and I'm just going to improvise a little clock face and fit it here just to give this piece a dual purpose.
What's going on, beautiful people? Today we're going to be doing a really, I was going to say low tech, but it's actually...
Okay, so I've finished watching the video and I've learned 3 things. 1, MD is very good at what he does. B, he's got a real flair for design and making some beautiful natural looking scapes. And 4, he certainly doesn't get his good looks from me. This is what we've got. We've got our vase, we've got this hardwood piece of root, which is quite pretty. We've got our toolkit, that's a joke by the way. We've got some super glue, we've got some potting grit and some blue slate. Both of these are borrowed from the wife's gardening shed, and they're currently sitting in 2 of our cereal bowls, which is probably going to get me in trouble. And then we have this moss, and we have some cotton to tie it onto the root with. The moss is a gift from MD. All those years of Dad's taxi service, running him around to school, feeding him, clothing him, has paid off because I've got this free packet of moss. We're going to speed through this process now, because if you're interested in this and you want to learn how to do it properly, don't watch me, watch MD. We'll leave a link in the bio.